Juan here for Pocketnow, and folks, we're less than a week away from the official Galaxy S8 announcement. There are going to be 4 Pocketnow editors on the ground in New York City to cover the event, tell you all about the new flagship phones with the Galaxy branding on them. Which means now's as good a time as any to run down all the rumors, what we know, what we don't know, and here are our top 5 most anticipated features for the Galaxy S8. Number 5, that chipset. From 2015 to 2016, we saw a Qualcomm that was executing much better in terms of delivering high-end chipsets for flagship phones. We've been killing it lately with the Huawei Mate 9 and the P10. The Kirin 960 chipset in this phone, very close to the kind of performance we're expecting from the Snapdragon 835. And where the S7 was a snappy little bugger, still one of the fastest camera launchers we've yet reviewed, no one's gonna complain about having a little extra horsepower. If that can also come with some efficiency improvements thanks to the smaller die, the die shrink on that Snapdragon part, so much the better. Number 4, the new display. I was definitely skeptical when we heard that LG was going to be moving to a 2:1 aspect ratio display. But using this phone for a couple weeks, the form factor has kind of won me over. You have more screen real estate in an overall smaller shell. You got chocolate in my peanut butter, you got peanut butter in my chocolate. That is pretty shocking when you see how close the G6 is to the Galaxy S7 and that the G6 has more screen real estate than an iPhone 7 Plus. Knowing that Samsung is going to go to a 5.8-inch display, which again in form factor is only going to be slightly larger than a Galaxy S7 Edge, is really compelling. But one of the quieter rumors we hope pans out is also going to be the revised sub-pixel arrangement on this new display. Improved clarity, detail, and crispness, and it should also look a lot better when you pop that thing into a VR headset. If we can't get a proper 4K display, this will be the next best thing. We're also pretty confident that both models of the S8 are going to feature curved screens, so we'll be curious to see if at some point we're able to translate that really pretty aesthetic into something more rugged, like a future Galaxy Active. And moving to number 3, get ready for Bixby. Now this one's not a rumor anymore because Samsung confirmed it. So get ready for an additional intelligent layer of software on top of Google Assistant. For all of the AI buzzwordiness surrounding Samsung's announcement of Bixby, it sounds like what we're going to be getting is an intelligent software layer which isn't completely dissimilar from what Motorola was trying to do back in the day on the Moto X. But Samsung's going to have custom software running on top of their phones that allows for a greater breadth of interaction with different services and apps. According to Samsung, eventually anything that you might do through touch on your phone, you should be able to also do through voice. We'll be really curious to see how Bixby evolves over time if Samsung can encourage developers to get on board their vision of what a software assistant should deliver. Moving to number 2, a super slow motion camera. Now, Sony got the drop on this feature during MWC, showcasing a 960 frame per second burst mode while shooting video crazy slow motion footage if you've got good light. But of course, Sony's solution for this probably won't be dropping until later in the year. Samsung's looking like they're going to be able to score a victory here, getting this feature into consumers' hands first. Of course, we're hoping to see some other improvements to Samsung's camera hardware, but the shooter on the S7 and the S7 Edge are still formidable in this day and age, so that's probably going to be a bit more iterative. This 1000 frame per second burst mode is probably going to be one of their highlight features to really impress upon people that things are cooking. So if you really want to play with time, Samsung cameras are gonna be the way to go. And considering the editor who's putting this list together, the number 1 feature we're hoping to see on a Galaxy S8 is improved audio. Samsung's business dealings in trying to acquire audio manufacturer Harman have stalled just a little bit, but that doesn't mean that we can't see some improvement in audio on Samsung hardware. Both headphone and speaker performance on the S7 were mid-pack at best, and the common knowledge was, well, waterproofing a phone is going to degrade the audio quality that phone can produce, which has recently been disproven not only by the iPhone, but also reinforced by the LG G6. Assuming the ultra premium price points these Galaxies are expected to land at, these should be no compromise devices. And it's not like listening to some kind of audio, be it music, movies, or games, isn't a primary activity for a lot of people who are walking around with smartphones these days. Folks, that's our list of the top 5 features we're most excited to see on the upcoming Galaxy S8. What are you looking forward to? What rumors have we not covered that you hope to see on Samsung's next flagship phone? Battery recharge rates, facial recognition or an iris scanner, maybe even a dual camera module on the larger S8. What kind of features do you think Samsung's gonna deliver next week when this phone's officially announced? And what do you think the pricing's gonna be for this premium tier? Drop us a comment down below this video. Those are the kinds of conversations I love getting into. As always, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for our full Galaxy S8 coverage. 4 Pocketnow editors on the ground in New York City to talk nothing but Samsung for at least a couple days. And help us out with some sharing on your favorite social networks. For Pocketnow, I'm Juan Carlos Bagnell, some gadget guy on Twitter and Instagram, and make sure you're following those because I'll be chatting a lot on Twitter and Instagram, and I will catch you all on the next video. All right, I have seven phones in my lap right now to shoot this video. That's ridiculous.